Kishuk Wisnam, Kishuk Kukit, Kishuk Quiet, Kapinishkesh, Hugaket, Kenshuke Tashmiet, Hugaki Gahi, Yakanuki, Hunini Tunacha, Husukane. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon and good evening, everyone. My name is Kenshuke Tashmiet, and you are joining us for a wonderful Warrior Wednesday. I'm your host, the Wealthy Warrior, Kenshuke Tashmiet, Peter White. And this week we are talking about just going with it. And this has to do with my podcast last week. The sound quality was just horrible. I uploaded it, I edited it, and then after I uploaded it online, I went to check back on it, and it just sounded like I was underwater or in a spaceship or a robot, and I wasn't happy with it. I honestly was like, shoot, but I felt really good in that moment of posting the video, and I felt good and I felt in my flow when I was recording that podcast. And you know what I did? I just went with it, and I just kept it going, kept it running. And I know some people reached out to me and said it was hard for them to listen to, but if you did listen to it, thank you. There is a lot of good information in that podcast. As hard as it is to listen to, there is really good information in it. And going into the new year, that's what you gotta do. You just have to jump, you have to leap, you have to just go for whatever you're going after in life. Because you could sit there and you could ponder and you could wonder, hey, is this a good choice? Or is this not going to be a good choice? You will honestly never, ever know until you actually set out to do what you have your intentions on, your heart. And you won't know if that's a good thing until it happens. And going into 2025, I'm exactly listening to what I'm talking about. Some of you may know I switched jobs. I started a new career in the corporate side of construction. In the company that I worked for, I was kind of an on-site support worker for Indigenous workers, for construction workers, and it was good. It's been a good job. It's been a good 10 months. I've been really happy with it. I've had more time to do things after work. Had that balance. I've been able to just kind of be lazy after work, which I haven't been able to do when I was working construction. But in my heart, things kept coming up, and I'm a big believer in everything happening for the right reason. And I just wasn't 100% fully happy. I was happy. I was grateful. But I felt like there was something missing there. Because there was. The things that I would do day to day would kind of vary, but there was this one situation that would just keep coming back up. And I was pretty much giving out sobriety advice, talking about my addiction and things like that. And, in my heart, I felt like there's more for me out there. And so I feel like I'm looking into going back to school in September for addictions counseling. But the course that I'm going to take, it looks more at the Indigenous wellness side. It looks at the holistic, traditional aspect of, helping addictions. And that's who I feel like I really am. What I speak about on here, what I speak about on my content, what I post daily, what I listen to, I feel like there's a big need for that. Not only for Indigenous people, but all walks of people, for addictions counseling. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm looking at going back to school in September. So, just recently, probably within a month or two ago, I had vehicle problems. I spoke about that at the ending of my vlog, summer trip after Wapanet Powwow. The camshaft started to go because the lifters, the rockers on the top end of the engine broke. So I ended up trading the vehicle in. Lo and behold, that's what happened. And now I got a new vehicle, but I have a car payment again. So I'm looking at the easiest way, not the easiest way, but the best way for myself to be fully into school if I decide to go that route. And I was thinking, how can I pay off my debt quicker? And ironworking has always been that route for me for great income. So I kind of thought about it long and hard, and I prayed, and it came to me, my intuition. And the more you listen to your intuition, the stronger it gets. It gets really strong. It just gets so easy that you just know that your intuition is right. So my intuition was just telling me to go back to ironworking, to leave the corporate side of the job so I can pay off debt. And that's what I'm doing. Yesterday was my last day in the field. And when I gave my notice, when I resigned, I had a lot of support from my supervisor and one of my bosses, well, both of my bosses. And that felt good, and it felt right. And when I'm sliding pretty much back into the job I was working at last year, building a new bridge here in the Lower Mainland, which is the Patella replacement. I was there before I went to corporate, and I'm literally just going right back to where I was. So it was like a super simple transition. It was nothing hard, nothing difficult, and it just like flowed really, really easy. So that's what I'm going to be doing here in the near future. And I'm also moving out of the Burnaby area. If you know Vancouver at all, where I live, I'm on the pretty much outskirts of Vancouver. I'm probably like 15-20 minutes from downtown, and I'm actually moving more east to it's not a tiny town, it's a pretty big town, but I'm moving to the area of Chilliwack, BC, and that is on the Stolo Nation's lands. So I will be living out there, and for me to get from Chilliwack to downtown Vancouver is a pretty big trek. It was going to be about a 2.5 hour trip in the morning, and then the same going home. And for 8 hours, I just figured I might as well go back to the field where I'm a little closer to my job and pay off my debt so I can go to school. So I kind of weighed those pros and cons, right? Like, how can I pay my debt off faster? Yes, I may be working more hours. I may be doing other, but I still enjoy ironworking, so it's not like it's a bad thing for me. And I went with it. So, that's what you got to do in life. And people are just so afraid to jump. If you're looking at changing your career, doing something new, if you think about it, you can go back to what you're doing now. I guarantee you, maybe not with the same company, but you can always go back to that kind of industry you're working at, just like myself. I always knew I could go back to ironworking if it didn't work out. I tried it. I really enjoyed my job. I helped a lot of people. I met a lot of amazing people. I did some good things there, and I created really good ripple effects for people that I'm never ever going to meet. So I'm really happy about that. I have no regret. I have nothing like that in my heart, and I feel good going back to the field for the better cause of my future. And I'm looking at different avenues and different things I can do in the future to make more of an impact. Ironworking is amazing. I love it. It's a really good paying job, but I feel like there's just more. In my heart, I know that there's more out there for me in this world. So that's what I'll be doing here in the near future. I've been looking at how to balance my life a little bit more. I'm just gonna start. I work out every day, in the gym every morning, but I'm gonna have to change my routine around again. And I'm probably gonna start working out in the evening, and I'm gonna just do it 3 days a week with cardio in between, so I can also keep uploading vlogs for all of you. I'm excited. So I'll have a new studio, a new setup. This will be in the near future, so I'm excited. I'm really, really, really excited for this. Whatever is to come is to come. But yeah, with the new year coming up, jump for it. Start before the new year. Whatever you want to do, go for it, because remember, we are not getting out of life alive. You, me, everyone we know, everyone we love, everyone we've ever met in our life, we're not getting out of this alive. It doesn't matter how hard you try. Right now, anyways, they don't have that technology, that capability. So just jump, experience life, go for it, create memories, learn new things, get some bruises along the way. When you were a kid and you were learning how to ride a bike or walk, you would fall down and you would get bruises, and then you'd get back up and you would try it again, and you'd fall down and then you'd get back up and get more bruises. That's what you need to do throughout your whole life. Keep growing, keep learning, keep evolving, keep pushing yourself. And in the future, you'll look back at your life and be like, wow, I actually lived life. I actually experienced stuff. We're not meant to just pay bills and die. You work the majority of your life. I've seen this video where this guy did a timeline of his life. And you go to school from 5 to 18. Sometimes 4 if you're in preschool. So pretty much 4 to 18. And then you have that choice after that to go to post-secondary, where you go from anywhere from 2 to 6 years. So at that age, you're about 24, 25, and that's when you get into the workforce. Maybe you'll get in a little earlier, maybe you'll get in a little later, but you'll work for the majority of your life. So you'll end up working until you're 65, 60, depending on what you do. But this is where most people. So you're going to spend at least 35 to 40 years of your life working. And then at the very end, you get to enjoy what's called retirement. I'm doing air quotes if you're not watching the YouTube, but retirement. And you should enjoy what you do for life, for an income. Don't just do something that you hate and you dread getting up for every morning, because life will just suck if we do that. And yes, it's, sometimes you get yourself in a rut for a reason. You can try new things. There's lots of revenues. There's lots of things nowadays in this world. So go after your dreams. Make 2025 the year to remember. And speaking on that note, this will most likely be my last podcast of the year. I know it's only been 3 episodes. It's been a short one, but I'm going to be on the road traveling, visiting family, and I just don't have that space to set up and record a good video for you all. So in the new year, I will be back, but I will be posting vlogs. So my powwow vlogs will keep going up. So, keep watching those and then tuning in. We've got a few more powwows to go down. And then, we will be back before you know it into another wonderful Warrior Wednesday. So with that, I'm going to log off. Have an amazing holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Winter Solstice. Winter Solstice just happened. But have a great holidays. Make some memories. Enjoy it. Be in the moment more often. Because remember, like I said, one day we won't be here. So remember, everything always happens for the right reasons. And I will see you again on the next Wealthy Warrior Wednesdays. Take care, all my wealthy warriors. Husukane.